And good morning. We welcome you back to the Lakeland Center for our coverage here of the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Championships here on the FHSAA Finals Sports Network. And we're ready for the 3A State Championship game. It's the PK Yonge Lady Wave out of Gainesville and the Parkway Academy Panthers out of Miramar. Along with Coach Rick Victor of Lake Nona High School, I'm Marty Paulman, welcoming you back to the Lakeland Center. And Coach, welcome to the Lakeland Center, and I know you've been here before as a coach.
Well, thank you for being here, and I'm excited. It's great.
Yeah, it really is a great atmosphere, and we're looking forward to a good game today between two teams who have been here before. Parkway state champs back in 2007, 2008. PK Yonge won in 2010, and these teams have met in the Final Four in the championship game, and they're back this year. PK Yonge 29-1, coached by Willie Powers, and they have a real star on their hands. Nia Johnson will play her final game in a PK Yonge uniform. She's heading to Baylor, and her coach, soon-to-be coach at Baylor, sitting right behind us. So looking forward to seeing Nia Johnson on the court today.
It's almost intimidating having Kim Bulkey and her coaching staff sitting behind us. But it's a great opportunity for her to see a future star with the Baylor Bears. And I tell you what, they've got another one coming in that we'll see a little bit later this evening also.
That's right. And for the Parkway Academy Panthers, they're another team that is no stranger to Lakeland. They were led the other night by Taylor Ashley Shaw with 11 points. The semifinal game, though, really a defensive struggle. Parkway, though, defeated Community School Naples. That's another team that's usually here in Lakeland. 38-20. They held the Community School to 18% shooting. And Parkway, by the way, allowed no field goals in the second half of their win on Tuesday night.
Which is unbelievable, really, when you get to this level of the state playoffs, that you don't score a field goal. But, you know, it comes down to the nerves and how well you really want to, you know, you want to be calm and relaxed, and you want to just step your game up, and it's always the defense that wins the games.
And by the way, today, if you want to see the recording of this championship game, have a great memory to remember this game by, to buy DVDs, go to FHSAAsports.com for DVDs of this broadcast of the 3A state championship game. And you mentioned that 38-20, what a win on Thursday or Tuesday night for Parkway, but PK Yonge, on the other hand, also cruised. They defeat Melbourne Central Catholic by 20, despite only shooting 38%. PK Yonge forced 21 turnovers in the win on Tuesday night, 65-45 over Melbourne Central Catholic.
Well, what's interesting, Marty, in this whole season long is that you've had a lot of these teams in the finals that have literally blown out their opponents all season long. So the test is whether or not anyone is going to give these powerful traditional teams a test in the state semis or in the state finals like we're seeing tonight.
Well, Parkway is coached by Adam Hopkins. He's been there, I believe, now for about 6 years as the head coach. Actually, he's in his 7th year. And 12th year as a varsity coach. He's won 166, lost 32. And the starting lineup for the Parkway Academy Panthers: number 3, senior guard, is Taylor Ashley Shaw. Number 15, junior guard Ava Myers. Number 22, junior center Jacqueline Blake. Number 23, senior forward Erica Hall. And number 24, sophomore forward Ebony Griffin. Parkway will be wearing the green uniforms with the white letters and numerals and white stripes for the PK Yonge Blue Wave. Number 2, freshman guard Kiera Mallory. Number 3, junior forward Shayla Johnson. Number 15, junior forward Courtney Dollison. Number 23 is senior guard Nia Johnson. And number 32, their senior center Ariel Allen. At 6'1", PK Yonge will wear the white uniforms with the blue letters and numerals, the orange trim, and the blue and orange stripes, as they are, of course, PK Yonge, the laboratory school of the University of Florida, so they look a little bit like the Florida Gators as we get ready for the 3A state championship game here from the Lakeland Center, the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals. Jumping for Parkway will be Jacqueline Blake, and for PK Yonge, who's not an incredibly big team, they're actually going to run one of their guards out there. That is, in fact, Kiera Mallory's just going to let the tip go, and Parkway will win the opening tip. It'll be Taylor Ashley Shaw to run the point.
Definitely a size differential for PK Yonge, and they're immediately in a 2-3 zone.
Now Erica Hall cross court to Ava Myers. Myers at the top of the key, now to the right wing. This is Shaw. Now throws it back out to Myers. Just underway, no score. Left wing, it's Erica Hall. Now back to the top of the key. Swung around from Griffin to Taylor to Shaw. Now Shaw will drive in. Her right-handed floater good from 10 feet. Taylor Ashley Shaw scores. And it's 2-0. Quickly ahead, Allen off the pass from Johnson. It goes off the hands of Ariel Allen. and it'll be back to Parkway. So we see right away Parkway very patient in their first basket there. They held the ball for about 35 seconds. PK kind of tried to get on a run out and couldn't get the pass to go.
Well, immediately you see the style differential, but this is going to come down to turnovers and patience.
Boy, Nia Johnson went up trying to block Ebony Griffin. It looked like she took it away, but they're going to call the foul on Johnson, her first. And the first team foul of the game goes against PK Yonge.
Nia Johnson got called for the arm coming slightly down from vertical.
And at the line, Ebony Griffin will shoot 2, a sophomore. And the first free throw is straight through. It's 3-0 Parkway. Parkway's road to Lakeland. They defeated American Heritage School of Boca Del Rey 69-23. They beat Fort Lauderdale Calvary Christian 61-47. Beat Miami Country Day 66-46. Beat Miami Country Day 37-23 in the regional final. And then in the state semifinal, 38-20 over Community School of Naples. The second free throw, no good. Nia Johnson drives up and under, misses, but she's fouled and she'll shoot 2. Has a good drive to the hoop by the PK Yonge senior. And the first foul goes on Miramar Parkway Academy's Jacqueline Blake. That's her first.
Nia Johnson, you saw immediately the defensive scheme that Parkway's going to do. They're going to try to double team her all day long, so that means somebody's going to be open. She's got to recognize that. She's took the pressure off of her teammates right there, though, getting to the line and canning the first free throw. But she's going to be double teamed all game long. As
you can see, these cameras we can see here right on the backboard. She hits both. Really nice look at it. Nia hits both free throws. Nia Johnson does. It's 3-2 early on for Parkway. This is the 3A state championship game here on the FHSAA network. We are live at the Lakeland Center. Marty Paulman along with Coach Rick Victor. Just underway. It's 3-2 early for Parkway. Here's Shaw driving in on the free throw line, and she's able to put another floater in from about 8 feet. She has 4. Now quickly ahead is Johnson aerial. Allen lays it in.
And that came from a long assist from Nia Johnson. You can see right away PK Yonge's philosophy: get the rebound, kick it out, run out, see how fast they can get down the floor.
Well, you can see that early on that Parkway's offense runs through Taylor Ashley Shaw, and we know that PK's runs through Nia Johnson. That 3 is short by Ava Myers. Loose ball rebound, though, won by Erica Hall. Now here is Shaw. Shaw driving up and under. Her shot way up off the glass is no good, but loose ball rebound put back no good, out of bounds as Jacqueline Blake missed the follow, and they're going to say it stays with Parkway. And Willie Powers, the PK Yonge coach, not happy with the call at all there, but it will be Parkway ball.
Shaw is a scorer. She's got scorer's mentality. She looks to drive. She's got to develop that little quick jump stop, Marty, when she drives into the paint, so that way she can cause some better action.
Inbounds pass from deep to Hall. We have a little under 6 minutes to go first quarter. It's 5-4. Good start in this 3A state championship game from the Lakeland Center. Here's Ava Myers to the right wing. Oh, Myers runs into the defender, Shayla Johnson, and they're going to call an offensive foul.
They're going to call a blocking foul on Jacqueline Blake, the center.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. They got... No, they actually... Oh, wait a minute. No, it's not on PK Yonge. I think they made a mistake.
No, it's on Park.
Referee signaled 3, but... Oh, wait. They did signal a blocking foul. So it is on...
That's the wrong call.
Yeah, it really looks like it. So they're going to call it on Shayla Johnson, her first. Second team foul. I thought that they called it on Johnson. He was trying to get out of the way, but Parkway will keep the ball. We have no shot clock, so you don't have to worry about any of that. 5:40 to go first quarter. As Myers over to Shaw into the left corner. It's Hall, and Hall tried to get it down low to Griffin, and the ball out of bounds to PK Yonge. PK Yonge's road to Lakeland. They beat Oviedo Masters Academy 56-20 and took out Father Lopez 57-50. Another good team out of Daytona Beach. Went to Tallahassee McClay in the regional final, won 66-58, and then on Tuesday night beat Melbourne Central Catholic in the state semis 65-45. That ball is taken away. Myers takes it away from Dollison. Now Myers drives in between 2 defenders, misses the right-handed layup, and the rebound to PK Yonge. Nia Johnson looks to push. Johnson now to the free throw line, lost it, but it ends up in the hands of Dollison, who has her shot partially blocked, but she's fouled, and Courtney Dollison will shoot 2.
And that foul should be on Jacqueline Blake, the center for Parkway. again, you can see the difference in philosophy here. Parkway's got a breakaway. They've got a numbers game, 3-on-2 break, but they slow it down just a little bit, allowing their big people to get down the floor, and then they attack the bucket. On the other side, PK Yonge, Marty, wants to push constantly up the floor. They've got the philosophy of Grinnell College. How fast can you get it down the floor in less than 12 seconds?
Yeah, we've seen that early on. You're right. They're really, Nia Johnson's really looking to push it, whether she passes up the floor quickly, like you said, or looks to drive herself. And Parkway would rather run a bit of a half court, just run as much clock as they can. And both styles of work for both these teams as Dollison hits both free throws, and PK Yonge has its first lead of the game, 6-5. Here, again, just underway. And with now 5 minutes to go, first quarter. Now Danielle Minot in the game for Parkway.
PK Yonge has changed their D. They've gone to almost a diamond and one. They're taking Shaw and putting little Mallory, the freshman, on her.
Three from the left corner, no good by Erica Hall. But the loose ball rebound is Griffin. She misses a shot underneath, and the rebound ends up with Courtney Dollison. Parkway had a good look underneath, couldn't get it. There's Mallory. You mentioned her, a freshman, and she got called for the double dribble. So a PK Yonge turnover with 4:33 to go in the first quarter.
Not too often you see 14-year-old kids playing in a state final game, but
it's got to be a little intimidating.
Well, I had 3 freshmen on my squad this year and brought 2 more up for the playoffs, so they got a taste of what it was all about.
Parkway ball as they trail it by 1, 6-5. This is Minot running the point. Now takes it back, and she'll try a baseline jumper. Rolls off the back of the rim, front of the rim. Whoa, Griffin ran right into the face of Dollison, and Griffin missed the rebound layup, but we're going to have a foul on PK Yonge. Dollison took an elbow, it looked like that time, for Ebony Griffin. But the Blue Wave are going to get called for the foul. It's going to be on Ariel Allen, her first. That's the 3rd team foul on PK Yonge. By the way, Jacqueline Blake got her 2nd foul from Parkway. She's out of the game now. Previously, 4:15 to go in the quarter. Dollison is trying to... I don't remember where she is right now. She got hit pretty hard there. Parkway to inbound. Myers will throw it deep to Hall. Hall will try a 3 top the key. It misses everything, but Griffin gets a rebound, lays it in, and once again, Parkway really dominating, but on a run out, Johnson to Allen, and Allen lays it in. Once again, PK Yonge easily getting the ball back down the court and scoring after a Parkway basket.
Well, you've got size differential. You got huge. You got 5'3" trying to guard 6 foot.
Myers 3 top of the key. Short. Allen tries to come in for the rebound, but it ends up again with Parkway, and the loose ball put back in. Minot, and it's 9-8, and again another rebound for Parkway. They are dominating the boards, but PK Yonge is getting back quickly to the other end. Now Lumpkins to Johnson, her 3 left wing misses up the right side of the rim, and saved by Erica Hall, and it's saved to Myers. The Parkway ball.
Well, right there you saw Nia Johnson take a quick shot, but that shot had no air underneath the ball. It was coming in like a Scud missile into the basket.
Myers now off to Shaw, who's now back into the game. Taylor Ashley Shaw now to the top of the key, now to the right wing. She'll try a fall away, misses everything. Loose ball on the floor, taken away by Parkway. The shot no good by Myers on the baseline, but she's fouled. And we'll see the foul here. Is that on Allen? That's her 2nd. No, it's on Mallory. Kiara Mallory's first. Let's see, 4th team foul. We'll have 2 free throws for Ava Meyer. 3:03 left first quarter. It's 9-8, Parkway by 1. And trying to add to the lead is the free throw. No good, right side of the rim.
That wasn't even close on the free throw, actually. It was way off to the right. But now you got some wholesale changes coming in for PK Yonge, bringing in Brooksy McGraw, the 6'3" junior center, and Ariel Fort, a 5'11" sophomore.
Going with some size is Willie Powers now, especially with Brooksy McGraw, and there's the 2nd free throw. So Myers hits 1 of 2. She has 1 point, and that brings us to our first media timeout of the first quarter with 3:03 to go. It's 10-8, Parkway leading PK Yonge. So let's introduce our color commentator for the entire day today. Rick Victor is the head coach at Lake Nona High School, his first year there this season, a 3rd-year school, and for the first time in the program's history, he led the Lake Nona High School to a playoff win. You got in the regional semifinal round, and I know you used to coach at Freedom High School in Ocoee. You led Freedom to Lakeland and been in the finals. So talk a little bit about Lake Nona High School and how you're building that program there.
Well, it's a very young program. We only had 2 seniors in our program, Marty, and we're junior and freshman laden. We have a very small sophomore class. So the kids came in. We had 3 freshmen play varsity this year. We had 5 juniors, 2 seniors, and 1 sophomore, and then we brought up a couple freshmen for the playoffs. Our JV program did a great job. We went 10-6, and best record they've ever had. And our varsity went 17-10, and first year they've ever won a district playoff game. First year they've ever won a regional playoff game. They've won a couple. We won a couple tournaments during the year. One Thanksgiving, one over Christmas. So our program's young, but we feel like we're going hopefully in the right direction. We're still trying to find some pieces. Just don't have any big kids.
Well, we're glad you're here. I know you'd rather be playing here, but I know there's time to do that with your program. I know at some point you'll probably be here in Lakeland, and I know it's a tough road, but it's tough to get here. It's tough to win. I know you know that as well, but these 2 teams here, PK Yonge and Parkway, are 2 teams that are no stranger to Lakeland. As Mallory drives and misses a shot off the back of the rim. Rebound by Erica Hall, and then she loses it out of bounds, trying to pass it back to Shaw. It'll be PK Yonge ball.
It is very difficult to get here. People don't realize that there's so many teams and so many good programs that once you get into the playoffs and once you get through the districts, it becomes really, really a nail-biter.
And Mallory called for the double dribble the second time.
That's that freshman mistake. She's probably anybody on their team that's feeling the pressure. It's the freshman.
Yeah, I got to think. You're used to playing in high school gyms. This is an open arena. It's a lot bigger than what you're used to. I know it's probably a little nerve-wracking at first as Minot drives and loses it and gets it back. She'll drive all the way up and under. Shot no good. Called for the travel though is Danielle Minot, and it'll be back to PK Yonge.
Again, playing that 2-3 zone, but doing a great job of rotation into the lane. This game's going to be a close one, I think, all 4 quarters.
And these 2 have played close ones before here in Lakeland as Mallory gets it to the right baseline. Shot blocked. That was Ariel Ford. Her shot rejected that time by Erica Hall. It's back to Nia Johnson. Johnson floater from the free throw line is short. Loose ball into the hands of Ford. Her shot blocked again, but Hall going to get called for the foul as Ariel Ford fell to the court, and Ford's going to shoot 2. Actually, they called it on Taylor Ashley Shaw, her first. And that's the 3rd team foul now on Parkway. 2 free throws though for Ford. So the first free throw is good for Ariel Ford, her first point of the game, and PK Yonge back within a point, 10-9.
And you can also see what's going on right here. PK Yonge brings everyone off the free throw lane area because they're so confident that their shooters will actually make the free throws.
And the free throw this time
and
is
short.
I jinxed him. He did. And it happens. I do it all the time. So 1 point lead still for the Parkway Panthers. Across half court. It's Ava Myers running the point now to the free throw line. Tried to get it in and threw it away, and then Myers saves it to the bench. Also drive the baseline. Her right-handed floater, good from 10 feet. Eva Myers has 3, and it's 12-9. Parkway again up 3.
That little floater that we now start practicing every year. Never used to be a shot considered to be in basketball.
Johnson had it knocked away, and Myers with a steal. 3-on-2 the other way. Myers lays it in. Boy, early on you could see that Parkway's really keying on Nia Johnson. She only has 2 points, both on free throws in this first quarter. It's a 5-point lead for Parkway.
Well, Eva Myers has got the responsibility of Gardner, but they're taking care of the freshman right here.
Willie Powers will take a timeout with 1:14 to go in the period. His team behind by 5. I can tell you that living in Gainesville, I do live in Gainesville, Jacksonville area, see a lot of games up there, but I had a chance to see PK Yonge play Buchholz early this year. They're a 7A semifinalist, Buchholz High School in Gainesville, one of the top teams in the state. And Nia Johnson in that game single-handedly really led PK Yonge back. They were down as many as 20 in the first half. I'm looking for the, no, here it is. Got the score sheet here. 49 points. Nia Johnson had 14 in the first period, only 8 in the second, 10 in the third, 17 in the fourth quarter.
Wow.
49 points, 4 threes that night. It was 13 of 18 at the free throw line. And they were down 16 going into the fourth quarter, scored 36 points to rally and beat Buchholz. And Buchholz is a team that we'll see here tomorrow in the 7A semifinals. Maybe one of the favorites. They were number 1 ranked team at 7A. So that was probably PK Yonge's biggest win of the year. She also had 44 in their only loss of the season, which was to Gainesville High School. They were a regional finalist at 6A. So she can play the big competition. Buchholz will play tomorrow at 4:30 against Haines City in the 7A semifinals. So back to action, Mallory to Nia Johnson. Johnson now dribbles inside her right-handed floater score. There you go. That shot, once again, like you said, being practiced all the time, about 10 feet out, and Johnson hits it for her first basket.
And immediately both teams changed defensive schemes. PK Yonge went to a 2-2-1 full court press. Parkway immediately went to a half-court trap.
Left wing three is short this time by Myers, rebounded by Ariel Fort. 40 seconds left in the period. Johnson gets the ball across half court, driving in. Layup is too strong though, reverse layup, and Parkway with a rebound. There goes Manat. Manat in between two defenders. Manat all the way to the hoop. Finger roll is short, rebounded by Johnson. Johnson, though, has it taken away. She's pushed down right on the sideline. And the foul will be on Manat. That's her first. Fourth team foul with 23.7 seconds to go here in the first period.
And immediately I'm watching coaches from Coach Powersel from PK Yonge talking to the officials saying it's too rough. Well, Coach, welcome to the finals.
Well, you don't want to see your best player get pushed to the ground. But you're right, it's all part of the game. It's I don't think anything intentional at all.
So Parkway's in a 1-3-1 half-court trap.
Fort's floater, good off the glass for Ariel Fort. We're about 10 feet in. She has three, and it's a one-point game. 10 seconds to go, first period. Parkway by 1. Here's Myers with 8 seconds. 7 now to the right wing. 5 seconds to go. Back to Myers from Hall. Myers looks to drive with 2 seconds. Gets it inside to Gibson. She's not going to have time to shoot, or Griffin, pardon me. And Parkway can't get a shot off, so good defense by the PK Yonge Lady Wave as we come to the end of the first 8 minutes of play in this 3A state championship game. And we thought it would be a close one, and so far it has. It's Parkway 14 and PK Yonge 13. We'll take a break and come back for the second quarter. You're watching the 3A state championship game here on the FHSAA network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
All right, welcome back to the Lakeland Center. Marty Palmer along with Coach Rick Victor here on the FHSAA network. And Coach, we expected a close game. And what do you know? At the end of the first period, it's a one-point game. About as close as you can get.
It is a close game. It's a chess match right now, I think, between both coaches. They know each other very, very well. The teams have played each other before. And so it comes down to trying to come up with something that each other has not seen from that particular squad. And I think what's bothered PK Yonge a little bit is the fact that Shaw has been able to get into the paint and try to drive and score, where on the other side, Nia Johnson has really yet to kind of get into the flow of the game.
Well, Johnson did have that late basket there with about a minute to go in the first quarter. Otherwise, only 4 points for her, 2 free throws as well in the first period. PK Yonge shot 44%, 4 for 9. Only 0 for 1 from three-point range, 5 of 6 from the free throw line. And Parkway only shot 32%, but they had 9 offensive rebounds in the first period. PK Yonge with 2, so that's been the big difference. Turnovers only 3 for Parkway, 5 for PK Yonge, but Parkway, despite 0 for 5 from three-point range and shooting only 32%, has the lead because they've been crashing the boards.
Well, the big difference in rebounding is, of course, when you're playing a 5'3", a little guard down in the post area or in the wing, you've got mismatches.
Now Mallory has it taken away. They're going to say it's kicked by Parkway. Leading scorer for Parkway in the first period, Ava Myers had 5 points. And 2 for Daniel Manat, 4 for Taylor Ashley Shaw, who scored 4 early and then was kind of quiet the rest of the period, and 3 for Ebony Griffin. Ariel Fort hits another jumper. She's got 6. Off to a good start, actually 5, and it's a 1-point lead for PK Yonge. They've scored the last 6 points. So back to action here in the second period as Ford hits the jumper. This is Manat. She'll drive inside free throw line. Jumper, no good left side of the rim. And the rebound goes to Ariel Allen, who's back in with 2 fouls. Now to Johnson. Nia Johnson looking to push. Goes right around Erica Hall. Tries to get it inside, and they're going to say out of bounds off. Down in the paint. Is that Fort?
Yeah.
It is Ariel Fort.
And again, Coach just, Coach from PK Yonge just said the game's a little bit too rough. And it was a great pass by Johnson, but she was hit from behind.
Yeah, looking at the replay here on the screen here at the Lakeland Center, courtesy of Bright House Sports Network, which is also broadcasting these games live and tape delayed. It's I don't know. It looked like she did get hit from behind, but no foul called. She lost the ball out of bounds. So we do have an injury timeout as Willie Powers now is saying, it looks like he's talking to the Parkway side, and Adam Hopkins. He had a few words over there.
Well, actually, he's talking to one of the officials.
Okay, the official's over there. Yeah, he's right in front of the bench. I couldn't see him. So, yeah, we saw Coach Powers say in the first period, too rough. Nia Johnson got knocked down, and now he has the same kind of reaction here. But 7:22 to go, second period, and PK Yonge has a 1-point lead as Fort will come up. She has 5 points, playing well off the bench early on for the Lady Wave.
And
looks like
she is not putting any kind of pressure on her right knee.
Yeah, that's not good news. If that's the case, she will not. I don't think she'll be able to come back into this game. You're right. They're helping her off the court. So the right knee, and Coach Hopkins checking on her. And that will be, you got to think, a loss for PK Yonge. She's not going to be able to play like that. So that's a big loss for Coach Powers' team. Because Fort was playing well early in this game.
Well, she's got size. She's one of their big bodies. And so the question is, we're not going to speculate. We'll see what the trainers do. They've got a great training staff here. And we'll see what happens.
All right, well, we're back to action. First of 4 games today on the FHSAA Network. We'll have the 4A championship game coming up at 2:35. Kelly Neff will have the game along with Rick Victor. That's Jacksonville Revolt against Dunbar out of Fort Myers. And we'll have the 5A semifinals tonight. Bartram Trail and Tallahassee Rickards at 6 o'clock. Fort Lauderdale Village and St. Pete Lakewood at 8. Taken away by Mallory. Now they head to Dollison, who then knocked it away, and then Dollison, well, she actually looked like she ran right into Minot, who then lost it out of bounds, but it's going to be traveling the call on Parkway. Boy, a lot of contact being let go early in this game.
Well, this actually has more contact than girls lacrosse.
And Mallory hits a 3 from the left corner off the inbounds pass. That's a good point. You get called for a foul in girls lacrosse for doing that. 4-point lead for PK Yonge, 9 points in a row for the Lady Wave.
And a lot of teams wear skirts.
Up and under. Myers called for the travel, and now all of a sudden, after Willie Powers took that timeout, down 5, you can see a change in this game as PK Yonge's defense has picked up. They've also picked it up offensively.
Yeah, and the official almost fell over the court. We're having everything in this game. You can tell it's a 10 o'clock game. Yes.
It is 10:30 in the morning.
Yes.
I know we all need a little coffee this time of day. Johnson across half court, now to the right wing. Now dribbles to the top of the key. She'll try a free throw line jumper, no good. But Allen had the rebound, then lost it. Johnson saves it and then throws it right into the hands of Eva Myers. Now Myers ahead to Minot. Minot driving to the free throw line. Now back to Griffin. Griffin will take a free throw line jumper, no good. But an offensive rebound run down again by Myers. She kicks it to Minot. Minot then is tripped up, no call. And then she'll get it back out to Shaw. Taylor Ashley Shaw's been quiet since the opening minutes of this game. 4 points for her. She looks to dribble, a nice drive and call for the travel.
That was a good call. She took about 2 extra steps.
And anytime you see that move through the paint like that, where she goes from the free throw line to the basket, you kind of wonder.
Well, she's looking for screens coming up, and they're getting there. Parkway's getting there a little bit late to set that screen so she can kind of drive off of it.
4-point lead now for the Lady Wave. Here is Mallory. And a push called right in front. Nope, they're going to say Mallory pushed off of the elbow.
Wow.
So her second foul, offensive foul, and Willie Powers once again up with the officials. Official says elbow. So second foul Mallory, 15 foul PK with 5:44 to go here in the second quarter. So again, 3 more games coming up today here from the Lakeland Center. 6 games tomorrow, all semifinals in 6A, 7A, and 8A. And then Saturday, 4 championship games in classes 5A, 6A, 7A, and 8A, and that'll wrap up the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals here in Lakeland. And then next week, Mike Rada and I will come back and do it all over again for boys basketball. We love this time of year. A lot of fun to be here in the Lakeland Center. Shaw has it knocked away and taken by Johnson. And what did she got called for traveling? Did she move? Wow, it was...
Nah, she must have been down on both knees, or her knees came up out of that. And, of course, anytime that the official sees that, they're going to call it travel. And I usually, I don't say a lot to officials during a game. I have more lately.
I've never heard a coach say I don't say much to officials during a game. I think. Oh, Dollison tried to take it away from Myers, and Myers lost it out of bounds.
Great hustle defensively. Now, coaches, young coaches try to really work officials today, and I'm kind of like an old school coach. I'll say, hey, nice job. Did you miss one? Here and there. But they've got to work the angle.
That will be Parkway ball, as thought they said it was PK Yonge ball, but Parkway will throw it in deep in the backcourt to Minot. Minot will pull up inside the free throw line. Jumper no good. Griffin had the rebound, then lost it. Minot tries to save it. She throws it back in the backcourt, and it's going to be saved by Eva Myers, as Parkway is yet to score here in the second period. We're almost 3 minutes in. 5 minutes to go before halftime. It's a 4-point PK Yonge lead. PK Yonge has scored 5 points here in the second period.
PK Young's gone to an aggressive man-to-man D.
Minot, a lot of steps, no call, and threw up a wild shot. It was blocked, rebounded by Johnson. Now on the run, Nia Johnson ahead to Mallory, and she's fouled hard again. Mallory will shoot 2 as the foul goes against Parkway. And it's going to be on Minot, her second, 15th foul. And 2 free throws for Mallory. Mallory playing with 2 fouls, has 3 points, first free throws of the day. With 4:45 to go here in the first quarter. Second quarter, pardon me. Free throw short.
A lot of pressure on a freshman to play in a state championship game, even though she's with veterans on her team, her upperclassmen. She's at the line, and that free throw barely hits front iron. She's got to relax a little bit, bend her knees, get the release nice and high.
And both free throws no good, as the second off the back of the rim, rebounded by Griffin and almost thrown away, but Myers had it. It is stolen away, but Parkway comes back over the Lumpkins. Michaela Lumpkins in the game almost took it. Now Myers across the timeline and to Hall. Griffin had it knocked away, out for hands, and then she ties up. Nope, she fouled her. Griffin was too aggressive on Dollison, and Griffin will pick up her first foul. See, Parkway gets a little frustrated at times, and have been committing some hard fouls. 16th foul on the Panthers.
I think both coaches are trying to figure out how the officials are calling the game. There's got to be, you bring in officials from all over the state when they get rated this high. They've got to have a little bit of communication, even between themselves, to make sure that there's a consistency and balance.
Boy, Nia Johnson, nice dribbling over to Mallory. Now Lumpkins inside to Dollison. Dollison hits. She's fouled on the baseline. She'll shoot 2. She missed the shot, but 2 free throws for Courtney Dollison. And once again, PK Yonge is dominating this second period. Although it's only a 4-point lead, they're pretty much doing whatever they want to right now. As the fouls on Erica Hall, her first 17 fouls. So we'll have a 1-and-1 now for PK Yonge the rest of the period, but there will be 2 free throws first for Dollison.
Erica Hall trying to block every shot down inside. She's lucky she hadn't been called for some earlier fouls, but that was only her first.
Dollison hits the first. She has 3 points all at the free throw line. It's now a 5-point PK Yonge lead, 19-14. And the second free throw for the left-handed shooting Dollison is good. So she hits both. 4 points for the junior. It's a 6-point lead. Still no points for Parkway here in the second period. Now we have Renisha Cade in the game. She had it knocked away. Then Cade comes up with it. All for the travel. She drove to the baseline. Another Parkway turnover.
Mistakes right now by Parkway. They're trying so hard to get a bucket that they're making a mistake. Usually unforced errors more than anything.
Yeah, they're really getting, it seems frustrated, and they have yet to score. We have 4:01 to go in the second period, and PK Yonge's dominated the second period. Again, it's only a 6-point lead, but they've yet to allow a basket or any points here halfway through the second quarter. Nia Johnson went across half court. Now to Mallory. Over to Lumpkin's right wing. Now Lumpkin's back to Mallory. Mallory looks to drive. Now inside. Nice pass underneath. And laying it in is Brooksy McGraw. Good look inside by Mallory. Her first basket for McGraw. It's 22-14, an 8-point lead. Biggest lead of the game for either team.
Nice drive and dish by the freshman to the big girl.
And Ava Myers drives to the hoop and scores. Nice drive by Ava Myers. That breaks the slump. And now a steal by Minot and a foul on Nia Johnson. That'll be her second. And 16 fouls on PK Yonge. So one more foul, and Parkway will be in the 1-1 with 3:26 to go here in the second quarter. And finally a basket for Parkway as we have our media timeout for the second period with 3:26 left, and PK Yonge leading it 22-16. So finally Myers scores. She has 7 now, leading this Parkway team. She found an easy lane for her there, but that's their first basket in about 5 minutes.
First basket, but you got to understand, you're going to have little games of runs and cold spots. But what's even more crucial is the fact that they score, and then there's a crucial turnover by PK Yonge and a second personal foul on Nia Johnson right here into the second quarter.
That is a very big call. Like you said, Nia Johnson trying to take it away and draw the charge. Instead, picked up her second foul. So we're at 3:26 to go second quarter, 22-16 PK Yonge. And we talked a little bit. This is I'm Marty Palmer along with Coach Rick Victor. And Coach Victor, formerly the coach at Freedom High School, you made it to Lakeland. Talk a little bit about your experience here with Freedom. I know also a school that's only been around about 9 years. You made it first ever state championship appearance. How intimidating is it to a team? You mentioned the freshman. How intimidating is it to a team to play in the Lakeland Center at first?
Well, for anybody, first it's a great experience.
Yeah.
So it's what I did with my kids. We were fortunate, Marty. We had 9 seniors, so we were very senior laden. But having had a school that never been there, it really poses an interesting mental issue. So we showed Hoosiers.
Okay.
Specifically the end, we did the old Hoosiers thing.
Nice.
Did the 10-foot buckets, 15-foot free. Hey, it's bigger. It's not a depth perception. It's just come out and play.
Brooksy McGraw picks up her first foul. I like that because I really enjoy Hoosiers. It's one of my favorite movies, as Taylor Ashley Shaw will shoot too. But that's a good point because the last game they're playing in the field house at Butler, the name escapes me.
Fieldhouse.
Fieldhouse, that's right. And the free throw is good. They say, well, it's a lot bigger than what we're used to, but hey, the baskets are still the same. So
the court dimensions don't change.
Yeah.
It's just the
venue.
venue.
It's just the background, right?
It's the background, and a lot of people come in and they think that there's a depth perception for shooting on this floor, but I disagree with it. I think shooters will always shoot, regardless of what venue they're at.
Well, both free throws good there for Shaw. Her first points of the second period. She has 6. It's a 4-point lead, and now Johnson misses a shot. We have a foul though underneath. It's going to be on Parkway.
Look like it's going to be on Jacqueline Blake.
That'll be her third. She just came back into the game. That in fact is on Blake. 8th team foul. This should be a 1-on-1 for the Lady Wave, and it will be for Brooksy McGraw.
But going back to what we were just talking about, we weren't supposed to be here. I mean, we had to play number 1 in the state, Lake Mary. We at their place, we beat them. We had to play number 2, Buchholz. We beat them. We had to play number 3 in the semis, Hialeah.
Wow.
And beat them. So when we played South Broward, we were mighty midgets versus the giants of the Redwood.
McGraw hits the first free throw. South Broward's always another program that usually you see here. They are a perennial Final Four team.
They're huge. They were huge when we played them. They're still huge. But, I mean, we got out-rebounded in the state finals badly, and everybody thought we should have been blown out. But we forced 32 turnovers but with great defense, and we lost by 4. So can't complain.
Nah. I gave him a game, though, as we have a timeout. Blood on the floor. And who is it, Myers? Is it Eva Myers?
Yeah, Eva Myers has blood on her leg.
Okay, McGraw made 1 of 2. It's 23-18, but we have a timeout, so we can deal with this with 3:09 to go second quarter. But I would just get to talk with Coach Victor here, as just met the man an hour ago, but enjoying doing the broadcast with you. But we're working like we've worked together for years. I like that. But you coached in Michigan and Illinois and Texas. You made it down to Florida. And now building the program at Lake Nona, you mentioned Freedom. They're a third, you made it their first state championship appearance in any kind. But little did I know, I'm sitting down here, and this is, I think, my 5th year doing the finals, basketball finals, and I asked Coach, so I don't know if you've ever done this before. It's like, I have 6 AP awards. I'm like, oh, well, you're better off than I am. You've been doing this longer than me, so at least I knew I didn't have to coach you up at all.
Well, I blame my wife on that one. We've been married 32 years. It'll be 32 years in June, and she was in radio for 25 years as a news director, and got me hooked into it. Over 30 years ago, I filled in at a basketball tournament which I was available for because we weren't playing. And she said they need a color commentator. I said, they need a what? And she said, a color commentator.
Yeah.
I said, what do they do? She goes,
analyze.
Don't worry about it. They'll tell you what you do when you get there. So I got started in it back in 1980, and I kind of sporadically did it a little bit. And then when I was up in Michigan, when I wasn't coaching a game and I finished practice, I would be on a road doing some high school games when I was coaching college ball. So
busy.
It was fun.
Yeah, it's fun. Well, a little less stressful than coaching. A little bit, right? Not just a little bit.
Who says coaching's stressful?
Well, that's true. It depends on how you handle it.
I mean, how many coaches do you see in the state finals that have over 30 years? You actually have one, and that's in our 4A game.
That's the Dunbar.
That's
right. Yeah, that's right.
Those of us that consider ourselves to be old dogs, we're rarities anymore, because a lot of people think coaching's easy, and they get into it and they don't understand the work.
I'm not one of those people. I don't think that coaching anything's easy, but I can tell you that as Dick Vitale always says, as an analyst, I'm 0-0. I never lost a game, never won a game. So at least you don't have to worry about losing when you're doing this stuff. But I mean, like you said, coaching is, I guess it's the way you handle it. It can be stressful, but if you have that personality, you see a lot of these football coaches, and they get paid a lot to do. Like Nick Saban gets paid about $5-6 million a year, so he works all the time because he has to win. But you want to win. But I don't know, as a coach, you've been doing it for so long, I'm sure that you pretty much know what to expect. We have that attitude down.
Well, I've been at every level. I turned down a varsity job right out of college back in the day, and I feel like back in the Middle Ages, but I turned it down, and I wanted to gain experience. So I took a middle school job, and I worked as a varsity assistant under a Hall of Famer in Illinois, in Fairfield, Illinois. And he got me started. My second job, I worked with a Hall of Famer in another Illinois school district, and then I got my first head job my third year coaching, and as a teacher and as a coach. And I don't teach PE, and I want everybody to understand that coaches, don't always teach physical education. Nothing wrong with that. But I teach English, and I also teach humanities at the collegiate level. So, what we do, and what we love this game, and that's what it's all about. And I think that's one reason why I keep going.
Well, it looks like we're back to action. 3:09 to go here in the second period. It's 23-18, and it's going to be Parkway ball as we have the blood situation taken care of. This is the 3A state championship game here on the FHSAA network. Marty Palmer along with Coach Rick Victor. Our first of 4 games today. The 4A championship game coming up at 2:35 this afternoon. Jacksonville Revolt against Fort Myers Dunbar. 3 in the left corner, no good by Renisha Cade, and fought for the rebound. McGraw tied up by Minot. A jump ball. Possession there will give it back to Parkway.
A lot of physical play. Good rebound, though, by PK Young, but she brought at 6'3", you got to keep it up a little higher than what she did. She brought it down, and that caused the tie-up.
Throwing it deep, and almost over the half-court line goes Shaw on the inbounds pass from Myers. Lumpkins is guarding Shaw. Now Shaw around a screen out of Griffin. Griffin around to the right wing. It's Myers. Myers looks to dribble inside the free throw line. Her floater is short. Gets her own rebound. Myers up and under. Shot is good, but a travel again. I think that's about the 4th travel we've had on Parkway, maybe in the second period alone.
Well, the defense is pushing them a little bit out, and that's causing the offensive player to kind of lose their bearing of where they at on the floor.
Mallory into Johnson. Reverse layup good by Nia Johnson. Off the glass. She has 6. Been quiet in the first half. It's a 7-point lead, 25-18. Now for the Lady Wave as Minot dribbles around.
Marty, a lot of one-on-one right now for Parkway. They've kind of lost their team concept of moving the ball.
Minot will pull up from 15 and rolls it in. Minot with 4. And it's 25-20, back to a 5-point lead. Quickly, Mallory across half court to Lumpkins. Lumpkins, though, throws it away into the hands of Minot. Minot almost had it stolen. Now Minot behind the back dribble, but it's stolen back by Courtney Dollison. Now to Mallory, cross to Nia Johnson. Johnson will try a 3, left wing. It's too strong. And the rebound goes to Ebony Griffin. That would have been a big shot there for the Lady Wave, but Johnson a little too strong on it. Now across half court, it's Shaw. Shaw will dribble back to half court. Trying now a double team on Shaw. Almost lost it. Throws it across court to Minot, and Lumpkins had it. What is the call here? Lumpkins got fouled, I believe. And push on. That's on Minot. That's her 3rd. And it is on Danielle Minot. As she lost the ball at half court, Mallory was able to take it away.
Okay, now, as a coach, I would sit here and question the call because the referee made the call as a block, but she was trailing the ball. Therefore, it should have been a push. And the call signal was wrong, and as a coach, I would be sitting there wanting to talk to an official.
Adam Hopkins, I think, agrees with you there, as Mallory's going to shoot 2. She's 0 for 2 at the line and misses that free throw, the 1-and-1. 9th team foul on Parkway. And the free throw no good, so here's Parkway the other way. Minot staying in the game, will try a 3 and hits it left wing. Minot with 7, she's staying in the game with the 3 fouls, and she hits the 3. That is the first 3 of the game for the Panthers. They trail it now by 2. Johnson into Dollison. Dollison throws it away. Now a chance for Parkway to take the lead after struggling at the beginning of this period. But then it's taken back by Nia Johnson. 2-on-2. Johnson dribbles up and under, shot too strong, and forced that one. Griffin with a rebound. Griffin knocked down. And they're going to call Dollison for the foul. Let's see.
Yeah, it looks like they are. They are going to call Dollison.
That'll be her first. 8 team fouls. We'll have a 1-and-1 coming up on the other end for Parkway. So now with 55.1 seconds left, Parkway's back within 2 after looking like that timeout for the blood issue kind of helped them. They got a chance to regroup a little bit.
Well, they did, but they lost a little bit of their offensive continuity. They started trying to go too much one-on-one, and when you start going one-on-one and everybody else starts standing, and I think that was a good time for a coach to say, look, we're not moving the ball well enough.
Now, Willie Powers is talking to the referees. Are we discussing, well, this may not be a 1-and-1 because it was they call an offensive foul, but it was on the rebound. What's going on? No, I think that was the correct call. It should be a 1-and-1. I think they were asking if that's who should be shooting free throws, maybe.
They were checking to see if they had the right person at the line.
So Griffin will be at the line to shoot a 1-and-1. She's 1 for 2 at the line. And no good on the free throw, rebounded by Ariel Allen. Now to Johnson, last minute of the second period. Johnson to the top of the key, spin move, up and under, misses the layup, and the rebound ends up with Minot. Well, Johnson just kind of forcing a little bit too much here in this first half. Now Minot across half court. 38 seconds to go in the second period. Minot to the left wing, off to Myers, and Myers is fouled on the baseline.
Again, you can see Parkway trying. They're all talking to Minot a little bit and say, you got to calm down. We're trying to run the clock a little bit, work for a good shot.
3rd foul on Kiara Mallory, so she's going to have to check out. Shayla Johnson back in for PK Yonge, and we'll have a 1-and-1 coming up for Eva Myers, who has 7 points. 34 seconds left here in the second period, and Parkway can again tie it with free throws. 9 team fouls on both teams now. And the free throw is good this time for Myers, who is now 2 for 3 at the line, has 8 points, and she's the leading scorer in the first half for Parkway. Leading scorer for either team at this point. 25-24, and the free throw will tie it as Myers will hit it. So 2 for 2 for Ava Myers. And we're tied again, 25 all. So after Parkway fell behind by as many as 8, they're back tied last 30 seconds of the second period. Cross-court pass to Lumpkins on the right wing. Now Lumpkins denied Johnson. And with 20 seconds to go, she'll pull it out near half court. Now to the left wing, there's a three. It's an air ball by Shayla Johnson. And the ball will go out of bounds. Back to Parkway. They'll get a chance for the last shot with 14.5 seconds to go before the half.
I don't know if that was the shot that PK Yonge wanted to take, but you know, in this kind of pressure, you know, it happens. So
Shaw quickly on the way in, up and under, shot short. Loose ball tipped around to Hall. Hall's rebound's no good. Allen with a rebound. 2 seconds left, 1 second, and there'll be no shot. That won't count by Ariel Allen, and that is the end of the first half. So PK Yonge tried to put a little distance. It was 1 point for Parkway at the end of the first period, and at the half we're tied. So we thought it'd be close, and again, so far living up to that billing. Our 3A state championship game score at the half: Parkway Academy Panthers 25 and the PK Yonge Blue Wave also 25. Along with Rick Victor, I'm Marty Paulman. We'll return to Lakeland in about 9 minutes for the second half as you are watching the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals on the FHSAA Network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Ready?
All right, welcome back to the Lakeland Center. Marty Paulman here along with the coach Rick Victor in the Class 3A championship game. Our score at the half, we're tied. Parkway Academy 25 and PK Yonge 25. And what was a 14-13 Parkway lead at the end of the first period, and it was 13-12, 12-11. PK Yonge outscored the Panthers in the second period. First half stats, Parkway 31%, 9 for 29 from the floor. PK Yonge 8 for 18, 44%. Parkway 1 of 7, 14% for three-point range. PK Yonge 25%, 1 for 4. Free throw percentage, Parkway at 66%, PK at 61%. Rebounds, all Parkway, 23-13, 12-3 on the offensive glass. Only 1 assist, though, for Parkway. They had 14 turnovers, as did both teams. PK Yonge with 5 assists and both with 6 steals. So pretty much what you see is kind of what you expected. PK Yonge shooting a better percentage, but Parkway getting all the rebounds.
And that's the difference why, and that's the reason why it's tied at 25 apiece. I was sitting there talking to one of your old buddies there, Nancy Miller from University of North Florida.
Oh, Coach, I didn't even see her down there.
I was just messing with her a little bit. There's a lot of coaches. This great venue. You're going to have a lot of wonderful. By the way, Nancy's the assistant coach at the University of North Florida.
She, I believe, she didn't play at UNF, but she's been there with Coach Tatmeyer for a while. Knocked away, stolen, and it's a turnover to Parkway. And again, if you want to get DVDs of this championship game, I have a great memory for you. Go to FHSASports.com. You can see this game again. This Class 3A championship game, a great memory if one of your family members is a player in this game, or you just want to check it out. Great game as we've had so far. We're going to have a charge, though, as Taylor Ashley Shaw picks up the foul to start the third period.
And again, Shaw is a scorer. She looks to penetrate. The problem with what Shaw's doing is that she's got to add a jump stop, a little jump shot in that repertoire, because if she constantly drives, it's opening herself up to the charge.
Yeah, I liked your thanks for the UNF plug there. I know your daughter goes to school there, so the chance to talk to the coach there as assistant coach on hand as Parkway takes it away. Shaw pulls up and misses an 18-footer left wing, and then it's taken away off the rebound. Myers had it stolen by Dollison. Now to Johnson, and Allen again on a run out, and Allen's going to lay it in, and that's how Allen has scored all of her 6 points today.
And Allen is a wide-body young lady. There's nothing wrong with that. She runs the floor extremely well. She really does. And I'll tell you what, when you have that in your repertoire, go for it.
Now Shaw driving the baseline in between two defenders. That's a travel.
Yep.
16th turnover now from Parkway, who again shot 31% in the first half. A PK at 44, but those rebounds again, 12 offensive rebounds, in the first half, make up for that shooting percentage and also make up for the 14 turnovers. It's keeping Parkway in the game. They trail it now by 2.
Isn't that unbelievable? 13 offensive rebounds.
Johnson now, Lumpkins gets it inside to Allen. Allen throws it cross court and right into the hands of Erica Hall. Now Minot across half court. Minot still with those 3 fouls. Running the point to start the second half for the Panthers. Now between the leg dribble, almost lost it. Now gets it into the corner. Now Myers tried to get it down low, and it's thrown right to Nia Johnson. Johnson's going to be fouled in the backcourt, and if that's on Shaw, that's her 3rd.
I believe it is.
Shaw getting called for the bump. She does, and that is the second foul of the second half on Parkway. And again, PK Yonge had as many as an 8-point lead in the second quarter, and it was gone by the end of the half. But again, the Lady Wave come out in the second half. Willie Powers has his team playing good defense, and they are moving up and down the court, as that is the 3rd foul on Taylor Ashley Shaw. Johnson at the free throw line to Dollison over in the right corner. Lumpkin swings it to Johnson, now swings it to Dollison. 3 top of the key, it's short. But she gets her own rebound, put back no good, but Dollison's fouled, and she'll shoot 2. So there's an offensive rebound for the Lady Wave. Hadn't had a lot of those, but Dollison working hard, and the foul on Ava Myers, her 1st.
And what's interesting on that is that Nia Johnson went right over to Dollison and said, hey, you got to get the shot up. She's coaching her on the floor.
Free throw good for Dollison. She has 5, and that's another sign of a leader, I guess.
Well, you take a look, and she signed at Baylor. Is going to go play for Kim Mulkey, and they're #1 in the NCAA women's division.
Free throw good for Dollison. She hits 2. And it's a 4-point PK Yonge lead.
She gets to play with Brittany Griner.
Wow, and that's something. Boy, she's quite a player. She can play, I think, on the men's level. She's that big. 4-point lead. And Myers had it taken away, but we're going to have a foul called. I believe Lumpkin's going to get this foul from PK Yonge. That's her first foul of the second half. Parkway's already committed 3 fouls in the second half. It is on Michaela Lumpkin's her first, but Baylor, the number 1 team in the country. They've yet to lose a game this year. They just beat Texas Tuesday night. So Coach Mulkey is on hand to watch her soon-to-be player in her final high school game.
And we want to say that she also got another great Florida player that we'll see later this evening from Edgewater High School in Orlando, Alexis Prince.
3 no good. It's missed, but the putback by Griffin no good off the miss by Minot, and Allen runs down the rebound. Yeah, Edgewater we'll see actually tomorrow as
turnover
and Griffin lays it in. Edgewater will play at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning against Pensacola, but you will be on hand for that game as well. So Griffin lays it in off the turnover. She has 5, and it's 29-27. Edgewater playing in the 6A semifinals tomorrow against Pensacola. Johnson across half court. Now to Lumpkins. Her pass tipped away. It's out of bounds, and will stay with the Lady Wave with 4:48 left in the third quarter.
Very common mistake by a lot of high school girls, Marty, is that they always throw the ball up. When with 99.9% of the time, defenders always take both hands and throw them straight up. That's why you got to learn to bounce pass.
Lumpkins misses a 3. Dollison had it. It's knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Lady Wave, where they have a 2-point lead, 29-27. Leading scorers in the first half. Nia Johnson had 6 points for PK Yonge. Ariel Fort with 5, although I don't think she's coming back. We never heard the injury for her, but she's sitting on the bench. 6 points now for Dollison as Johnson drives in. She's fouled, and she'll shoot 2. For Parkway, Eva Myers leading scorer with 9 points. Danielle Minot had 7. Taylor Ashley Shaw with 6, and now 5 for Ebony Griffin. They've only had 4 players score, have the Panthers. Hall picks up her second foul, the 4th team foul on the second half now for the Parkway Panthers. And Nia Johnson, there's 2 for 2 at the line, will shoot 2, and hits the first. Johnson averages almost 19 a game, 7 tonight. She's been a little quieter than normal, but she hits the first free throw. In the semifinals, she had 22 points, 7 for 20 shooting, 7 for 7 to the line, and 5 assists for only 3 turnovers. Pretty good numbers for Johnson, who hits the second free throw. She has 8, and it's a 4-point lead again for PK Yonge, 31-27.
A little mini run right here by the Lady Wave.
Myers behind the back dribble. She'll try a shot. She draws the foul. Good job by Eva Myers to draw the contact. She didn't think the shot was going to go in, but she shot it anyway. And she'll shoot 2 as the foul on Lumpkins, her second.
Well, Lumpkin didn't like the idea of the foul, said that she actually came up underneath her chin, but you know what? Move your feet. That doesn't happen.
That's right, and the foul is the second team foul of the second half. Both have been on Lumpkins for PK Yonge. Myers at the line today is 3 for 4. She has 9 points, and the free throw good. She's in double figures. First player in double figures for either team with 10, and it's, again, a 3-point PK Yonge lead. And Parkway hanging around. We expected a close game, and it's been close throughout. Second free throw is also straight through. 2 good-looking free throws for Myers, who has 11, and it's 31-29. Johnson quickly across half court, now to the top of the key. Dribbling in, up and under, shot those too strong, and Minot with a rebound. Now Minot off to Myers. Myers across half court. Myers tries to get him between 2 defenders. She's fouled hard. And we'll have another foul on the Lady Wave and see if it's on Allen. And it is. That's the second, on Ariel Allen. Her second, third team foul, but no free throws. We'll have an inbounds pass coming up for Parkway. 4:02 to go. 4-0 here in the third quarter.
Taylor Ashley Shaw for Parkway has been very, very quiet in this third quarter. She's tried a couple, haven't had anything happen to him, but immediately the person who's picking up Myers comes out and drains a 3.
Myers hits a 3, and Parkway retakes the lead. Here's Johnson the other way. Nice dish underneath to Dollison, who missed the layup. Loose ball ends up in the hands of Jacqueline Blake, who's back in with 3 fouls. And now Parkway moves back ahead by 1, 32-31.
Yeah, there's a 4-letter word sometimes we forget about. Oops.
Yeah, boy, a good look by Johnson, and Dollison couldn't finish. Here's Shaw. You mentioned Shaw scored 4 points early, only 2 points since, both at the free throw line. PK Yonge playing good defense on him, but Myers has picked it up now with 14. Myers back to Minot. Now Minot over in the right corner to Myers. Myers had it taken away and stolen by Mallory after steal from Shayla Johnson. Nia Johnson, nice spin move and lays it in. Ooh. What a move for Nia Johnson behind around the defender.
Wow.
She's in double figures now with 10. Took a while to get here, but now 3:04 to go in the period. It's a 1-point lead for PK Yonge again. Back and forth we go. Myers for 3, short this time. Loose ball tipped around. McGraw tipped it to Shayla Johnson. Now ahead to Nia Johnson. 2 on 3, now 3 on 3. Johnson will drive in and score. That is all Nia Johnson that time. She's starting to take over the game a little bit, much to the happiness of the Baylor coaching staff. On the other end, Minot has it taken away. Here's Johnson. She'll head the other way again. Dribbling up and under. Shot blocked, but she's fouled in 2 free throws. And now you can see Nia Johnson trying to take over this game.
Yeah, she really has. She said, it's time that all my honors, all my academic
Gatorade,
and All-American, McDonald All-American honors, step up. I've got to step my game up, and she's taking over the game.
And even bigger than that, that's the 4th foul on Taylor Ashley Shaw. 5th team foul on Parkway, and Shaw's going to have to hit the bench late in the 3rd quarter. 2 free throws for Nia Johnson, who now has 12 points, and that one's short. She'll get another one. First free throw miss of the day for the PK Yonge senior, and Michaela Lumpkins back in for the Lady Wave, replaces Kiara Mallory. 3-point lead. Parkway's still in this game, but obviously with a long way to go, you can tell Nia Johnson just the last few minutes really getting motivated. And the second free throw is no good. She misses both that time. 2 big misses there, and Blake with a rebound for Parkway. Minot around half court, past Lumpkins. Lumpkins right on her now, right on Minot, back near half court. Minot over to the left wing to Cade. Cade loses it out of bounds. It's a Parkway turnover.
Well, the 2 missed free throws by Nia Johnson, one might be overzealousness, eagerness to get the job done. Sometimes it's a mental. You go to the line and all of a sudden you just don't see something right. Didn't feel comfortable. But great defense on this end for the PK Yonge to get the ball back.
2:10 to go. 3rd quarter, we have a timeout. And that might be the media timeout. I apologize. Although I think we had that. I'm sorry. I believe PK Yonge called timeout. So it is a PK Yonge timeout. 35-32. The Lady Wave lead it with 2:10 to go in the 3rd period. Again, this game is tied at the half, 25 all. And in the 2nd half, we've seen Nia Johnson, who only had 6 of the half, score 6 in the quarter. 6 of the 10 for the Lady Wave, and she's been able to get them out to a little bit of a lead. But again, Parkway not going away. Eva Myers has scored 5 points herself this period, 14 in the game, and she's keeping the Panthers in the game.
Myers has stepped up where Shaw has been almost non-existent. Shaw has really been working so hard on trying to score that she hasn't. And what she's done is she's played hard enough to where she's got herself into some major foul problems. That's why she has 4, and she's sitting the bench. We have a new player on the floor for Parkway also. I'm looking for my notes.
Laura Devaste-Pierre, if I'm saying that correctly. She is number 4 in the game for Parkway. Johnson to the top of the key to Lumpkins, over to a 3 from Shayla Johnson. Good. Shayla Johnson hits a 3, her first basket, and it's a 6-point lead again for the Lady Wave, 38-32. Now taken away, almost losing it, is Myers. Now throws it away. Pressure bothered her that time as she threw it by Minot. And with 1:42 to go in the quarter, it'll be PK Yonge ball up 6.
I mean, to me, it's just simple man pressure. There was no force or anything. It was just a bad pass.
So that's the 8th turnover of the period from Parkway. They're on 22 in the game. PK Yonge with 18. Dawson, Allen, and travel. I don't know if they got Allen or Dawson for that. Dawson passed it off, but it'll be a PK Yonge turnover.
Turnovers can kill you, but as long as you maintain a lead, the other team turns the ball over.
So Parkway ball down 6. Myers will try a long 3. It barely hits the front of the rim, but Blake with a rebound and puts it back up and in. First basket for Jacqueline Blake, who's had foul trouble with 3 fouls, and it's back to a 4-point PK Yonge lead. 38-34. Nia Johnson quickly across half court, dribbles between 2 defenders, puts one off the glass and in. She looks like she is just ready to go explode right now. Under a minute to go. She has 8 in the quarter, now 14 in the game. It's 40-34. Minot, boy, Lumpkin's right on Minot, and they call a 5-second call on Danielle Minot. And the PK Yonge crowd on their feet. Boy, definitely a majority PK Yonge crowd here for this 10 a.m. start this morning of the 3A state championship game.
Well, it's a nice crowd.
It is. You can tell the wave crowd, Blue Wave crowd has been very loud. The Parkway crowd as well. It's not a bad trip from Gainesville to Lakeland. PK Yonge looking for their 4th state title in girls basketball. Mallory will try a free throw line jumper. No good back rim. Allen tried to get the rebound but tipped it instead to Ebony Griffin. Last minute of the 3rd period. 36 seconds left. Myers quickly the other way between 2 defenders. Nice move, lays it in. I don't know how she got between the 2. But Myers with 16. She has 7 in the period, and Parkway back within 4. They are hanging around. Staying right in this game. Mallory to Johnson. Johnson dribbles the baseline up and under. Boy, wanted the foul as she lost the ball, but no call. Probably a good call there, and Myers will head the other way with 12 seconds to go. Myers floater, actually a finger roll shot, no good up the rim. And rebounded by PK Yonge. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Here comes Johnson. She'll try at 3. It's short. And that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd period. So an active period for both teams. It was 25 all at the half. PK Yonge outscores Parkway 15-11 in the 3rd quarter. And we've got ourselves a close one as we figured going to the 4th period of this 3A state championship game. It's PK Yonge 40, Parkway Academy 36. We'll take a break and come back for the 4th quarter. You're watching listening to the girls basketball finals for 2012 here on the FHSAA network.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
All right, welcome back to Lakeland. You are watching the 2012 FHSAA Girls Basketball Finals here on the FHSAA Network from the Lakeland Center. Almost forgot there. So here we are as we start the 4th quarter. And again, if you want a great memory of this 3A state championship game for family members, friends of the players, or just if you're a fan of the game, if you want a DVD of this broadcast, go to FHSAAsports.com. That's FHSAAsports.com to buy a DVD of this 3A state championship game. Marty Paulman, along with the coach Rick Victor, as we head to the 4th quarter. And it's a 4-point lead for PK Yonge, and we have 8 minutes maybe to a state title unless we have some overtime. But we've had a good one throughout as we expected, and a 4-point lead for PK Yonge. As in the 3rd period, Nia Johnson had 8 points. She only had 6 of the half. Now taking over a little bit. Eva Myers was 16, had 7 in that period, keeping Parkway in the game.
It's a great matchup between 2 very, very good players, but they've got to have some help around them right now, and especially down this stretch.
Parkway ball. Sorry.
Key point, Marty. Key point. First 3 minutes right here in the 4th quarter.
Parkway ball to start the 4th quarter. They shot 40% at Parkway in the 3rd period. PK Yonge at 42%. Inside to Griffin, who misses the layup. And Myers tried to get it in. Blake loses it out of bounds. PK Yonge now at 43% shooting for the game, 33% for Parkway. 15 offensive rebounds to 5 for PK Yonge. Parkway has 15 offensive rebounds, 31-18 overall for the Panthers, who've committed 23 turnovers, 19 for the Lady Wave. Both teams with 10 steals, so very active here in the game. Nia Johnson had it knocked away on the sideline. It will be PK Yonge ball as we're in the first minute of the fourth period. So it was 14-13 Parkway at the end of the first quarter, 25 all at the half. And in that third period, PK Yonge scored 15 points. Nia Johnson had 8 of them to open up a 4-point lead. Johnson gets the ball back for 3 in the corner. No good, in and out. Allen had the rebound. Now we'll pick up the loose ball. And it's an offensive board for the Lady Wave. Haven't had a lot of those in this game, but they do keep it alive for another possession.
No, but they're all at crucial times when they do get them.
And look at Mallory. She drives in and lays it in off the glass. So it leads to a basket. So a big rebound there for Allen. 5 points now for Kiara Mallory, and it's a 6-point PK Yonge lead. There's a 3-pointer short by Myers. Loose ball, Mallory has it. That's got to be a foul. That's on Shaw, and she's out. And not a good foul there in her half court. She tried to go over and get the loose ball and bumped into Mallory. And quiet night for Taylor Ashley Shaw. She fouls out with 6:52 to go. And she only had 2 points after the first period, none in the second half. And those two were at the free throw line after scoring 4 very early.
And with what is Parkway is losing is they are losing a 20-point average per game score.
And you're right, and luckily for them, Eva Myers, who averages about 14 a game, is playing at her average. She's at 16, a little bit above it, so she's really keeping Parkway in the game. And there's a steal by Minot. Minot between the leg dribble. She'll try a floater. No good back of the rim from 8 feet, but somehow gets her own rebound. Loose ball ends up in the hands of Minot. Now Minot being tied up by Nia Johnson. And a good job by Nia Johnson to come in and force the tie-up, and we'll be back to PK Yonge.
Again, losing Shaw is crucial, but because she hasn't been a factor offensively and everybody else has been trying to pick up the slack, you would say, God, that's going to hurt them. That's going to hurt them. Well, the fact is, right now, they're still in contact. 6 points is nothing in high school basketball with 6 minutes to go.
Plenty of time to go as Johnson across half court. 6:25 left. Cross court to a 3 by Mallory, but PK Yonge will take a timeout. With 6:21 to go, it's a full timeout, but we'll keep it here. It's 42-36 in this Class 3A state championship game from the Lakeland Center. And Coach, as we look late in this game, what are some of the keys down the stretch? We know it's probably going to be close to the very end. It has been throughout. What are some of the keys? Just kind of keep with what you're doing, or what can PK Yonge or Parkway change here?
Well, I think what you've got to look at in this type of game, because it's so close, I think you have to show patience. Offensively, the team right now with PK Yonge having the lead, they've got to spread the floor a little bit, let Nia Johnson basically dictate the tempo of the game. Let her establish that. On the other side for Parkway, they've got to be able to get a bucket and finish. They missed an opportunity with a layup with a nice dump pass in from their guard, but they missed it, and then it went out of bounds. They've got to be able to finish and just chip away, but play great D. I don't think this is a time for them to go pressure, full court pressure, but they've got to do a great job of half court pressure on the ball. So it's a patience game for Yonge versus a little bit more pressure on the other side for Parkway.
Has kind of been the story of the game so far, and Nia Johnson in the second half has, as you said, dictated the action. She's really played well in the second half. Took over for about a 2 or 3 minute span there in the third period where PK Yonge took the lead, and now Johnson across half court to Mallory. Mallory dribbles to the right wing. Now almost a double team back to Johnson. Now Johnson dribbles to the left wing. And now what a move, and she's pushed right on the sideline near the PK Yonge bench. That'll be on, is that on Griffin? Yes, it is. Ebony Griffin gets her second. That's the 7th team foul on Parkway. So Nia Johnson now is going to shoot a 1-on-1.
And this is the first time all game long that we've seen both big girls for PK Yonge on the floor at the same time, Allen and Jackson.
So Nia Johnson at the line, first of the 1-on-1, it rolls in. So 15 for Nia Johnson, and it's 43-36.
I'll say McGraw, not Jackson. My apologies. At 55, I was looking at the wrong number. That's a senior moment.
Brooksy McGraw, the center for PK Yonge. Second free throw good. So Johnson hits both. She has 16. And it's an 8-point lead again. PK Yonge matching their biggest lead of the game with 6:03 left, 44-36. Quickly Myers, other end. It's pass tipped and stolen by Johnson. Johnson now will slowly dribble across half court. Tries to get Mallory to come over. Now Johnson backs out. Now looks for a screen, and nope, illegal screen. Dollison moved with the screen, so she'll get called for her second foul on the offensive foul. It's the fourth team foul on PK Yonge.
And immediately saw the spread by PK Yonge. They're going to a wide game, put the ball in the hands of Naya. They're going to allow her to set the tempo and open up the floor a little bit.
Michaela Lumpkins will return. She'll replace Kiara Mallory, who has 3 fouls. Lumpkins has 2. Those are really a couple players with 2 fouls. Mallory with 3. The only players in really any foul trouble for PK Yonge. Taylor Ashley Shaw's already fouled out for Parkway. Manat open for 3 left wing. It's no good. Right side of the rim. Rebounded by Brooksy McGraw. She is the tallest player on the court right now. Her and Blake both battling. Johnson heads the other way. Nice dish to Allen, who couldn't hold on to it. Dollison picks it up on the baseline. Now back to Nia Johnson, and Johnson will back it back out. Might as well. Again, there's no shot clock, so I'm surprised more teams don't completely take the air out of the ball for the entire period of their shot clock, but sometimes you lose it. I know Allen calling for the travel. Boy, oh boy.
Did you see a travel?
I didn't. I thought she passed it right back to Nia Johnson, but that turnover happened right in front of Willie Powers, so, you know, he'll have something to say about it. 5:10 to go. You never want to do that in front of the coach, the team that you're calling it against, I think, because I'm sure you'll be open for a little bit of discussion. Myers to Manat. Parkway down 8, still in the ball game. 5 minutes to go. As Manat drives in, her floater goes from 5 feet. Manat has 9. She's having a good game tonight off the bench. It's back to a 6-point lead. Still plenty of time to go. Parkway hanging around, 44-38 in this 3A state championship game. Lumpkins now right on the sideline in front of our table here. Back to Johnson. Johnson dribbles to the left wing, right in front of her coach. Now Johnson driving all the way up and under, lays it in. You can kind of tell Nia wanted a screen, and she wanted to drive in, and sure enough, that's what she did. 18 for Nia Johnson. It's 46-38. 8-point lead for PK Yonge. Boy, a long shot.
That was a force. Easily
forced by Myers. McGraw comes up with a rebound. And now Johnson looks to push again. Quickly across half court. Around Manat. Johnson drives in. Flynn lays it in. 20 for Johnson. And it's a 10-point lead for the first time today, a double-digit lead for either team.
Yeah, and right there you can see that kind of broke the spirit a little bit of Parkway, because on that last one they didn't get the call, and all of a sudden it's like they walked down the floor, and that last bucket by Nia Johnson literally kind of like just took the air right out of the sail.
Now I believe we have a media timeout, 3:57 to go. I didn't see if it was called, but it's 48-38, and PK Yonge has a 10-point lead, 3:53 left. So here we go with our last 4 minutes or so of play, and again, we've seen, you mentioned in our last break, Nia Johnson will have to dictate the action. That's what she did. She just took over right there. She dribbled over to the wings. She just took it in. There was nobody there, or she makes her own play. And after really a slow first half, 6 points, she now has 20 points, 14 in the second half.
Well, she drives right into the heart of the defense, drops a dump pass off, which is fumbled, and is maintained by PK Yonge. They get the ball back to her. She starts to go out. The defense relaxes. She reverses dribble and immediately gets a backdoor layup. Then all of a sudden, the waterfall effect starts, and it's all based on her timing.
Well, and at this point, too, every possession is big. And if you can, we've seen both teams kind of go back and forth, but a 10-point lead is pretty big at this point in the game, you'd think, although Parkway hasn't had a lot of, only hit 2 threes in the game. Manat hit 1 and Myers hit 1, so not a big 3-point shooting team. So we'll see, though. It's still, again, 3:53 left, so plenty of time to go. But Parkway's going to need baskets probably starting right here, as Myers will inbound to Manat in the backcourt.
And you're right. They need some shooters, but they really don't have legitimate shooters. They're all drive to the hoop kind of people.
And a foul underneath. And it's going to go on PK Yonge's Ariel Allen. That's her third. That's the 5th team foul on PK Yonge. At the line, it's Minot, who is in the process of shooting, so she misses the first one. Another free throw to come.
They haven't been to the Parkway has not been to the free throw line a lot this second half at all.
2 of 3 in the second half. Second free throw from Minot, and she misses that one. In and out. Boy, 2 big misses there, and Allen with a rebound. 3:35 to go. Mallory across to Nia Johnson. Johnson dribbles around Erica Hall, now to the right wing. Now looks for a screen. Boy, good screen there. Johnson up and under, has it knocked away though. Good defense by Parkway. And here comes Myers. It's a 1-on-3. Myers behind the leg back dribble, but it's taken away by Dollison. Now to Johnson. Johnson looking to throw one up, and good job by Nia Johnson. She's going to shoot 2. She didn't think that was going to go in, but she was able to draw the contact, and she'll go to the line.
Well, if you can read body language, and we don't have the TV in front of us, but body language right now from Parkway is very obviously that they're just down.
And they are in trouble as Griffin picks up her 3rd foul, 8th team foul, and Johnson's going to shoot 2 as she was in active shooting. You're right, you can tell the PK Yonge bench up. They're excited. Parkway is very disappointed right now as the body language is obvious as Johnson rolls in the first free throw. 21 for Nia Johnson, and it's an 11-point lead. And again, PK Yonge extending their biggest lead of the game. That's kind of the way it goes this late in the ball game. As the second free throw again, Johnson rolled in both. 22 for Nia Johnson. It's a 12-point lead. 3:10 to go. We've had between about a 2 and 6 point game throughout, and all of a sudden PK Yonge pulling ahead here as Minot drives in. Her shot blocked from behind by Brooksy McGraw. Griffin though gets the loose ball and lays it in. 7 for Ebony Griffin, and it's a 10-point game again as we go under 3 minutes.
Again, pressure by Parkway a little bit high. I'd go more to a half court right here than I would anything else, especially against the freshman.
And Willie Powers will take a timeout. So that is a PK Yonge timeout. The timeout earlier was on Parkway, so PK Yonge has 2 remaining, and Parkway with 4 timeouts to go as we have 2:52 to go here in the ball game. So our Class 3A championship game, it's PK Yonge 28-1, and Parkway out of Miramar 24-6. And a reminder, coming up 2:35 this afternoon, we'll move to the Class 4A championship game. Kelly Neff, he's here. He's here, and he'll be working with Coach Victor as we will have the 4A final. Jacksonville Ribault against Fort Myers Dunbar. Then at 6 o'clock, I'll rejoin Coach Victor. Busy day for you, Coach. You'll be here all day, but Bartram Trail out of St. Johns County will play Tallahassee Rickards. Should be a good one in 5A. And then tonight at 8 o'clock, Kelly and Rick will have Dillard and Lakewood. That's going to be a fun game tonight. Dillard, 2-time defending state champs, a legendary coach there at Dillard High School. And they'll play St. Pete Lakewood, another good program. And that's the 5A semifinals coming up tonight. And then tomorrow we have 6 games here on the FHSAA network. The 6A, 7A, and 8A semis, and then the 4 championship games on Saturday. A lot of basketball, but looking forward to it. Johnson across half court. And what do we have? A foul. We do have a push from behind.
Well, again, you're going to see Nia take control of the tempo, and they're going to try to double team her.
That's the 4th foul on Danielle Minot, so she has 4. Griffin with 3, and Shaw fouled out with 6:52 left. 1-on-1 for Nia Johnson, 9th team foul on Parkway as the free throw this time is short, and Blake with a rebound. 2:35 left, and again a 10-point lead for PK Yonge, 50-40. Gainesville, PK Yonge, and Miramar Parkway. Hall threw one up. Good job drawing the foul. She's going to shoot 2. Shot was nowhere close as Johnson picks up her 3rd foul, but that was a good job of Hall to at least draw the contact, and she's going to shoot 2 with a little under 2.5 minutes left.
You can be extremely good and still put yourself in a bad situation.
Hall hits the first free throw. That's her first point of the game.
And Nia's missed 3 free throws today so far. And you don't expect that, but even in this level of type of game, it's a state championship, and nerves do affect players
Hall misses the second free throw, so 1 for 2, and it's a 9-point Lady Wave lead. Now 2:30 left. Mallory now across to Johnson. Johnson almost around a double team. Now to the left wing. Dribbles in between defenders, misses the layup. But McGraw had the rebound, gets it back, misses the rebound, but she gets fouled. And Brooksy McGraw, 2 huge offensive rebounds that time. And she's going to shoot 2. That is the 10th team foul on Parkway. So 2 free throws the rest of the way for the Lady Wave as Jacqueline Blake picks up her 4th.
McGraw is a 6'3" junior, averaged just under 6 points a game for the season and 5.5 rebounds for the season. So she's getting some extensive play time here in the state finals and has done a really marvelous job of holding her own.
At 6'3", easily PK Young's tallest player, although Allen comes in at 6'1", and they do have a 6'2" player, doesn't play much. It's the first free throw missed by Brooksy McGraw.
Be nice to have one.
Second free throw is good. You don't have any 6'2", 6'3" players?
No, I have the 5'2", 5'3" players.
You got the guards. Okay. So here's Myers the other way. She drives in, misses the layup, but put back by Minot's no good. Minot gets another offensive rebound, and now she'll look to pull it back out to the left wing. Now double team Johnson on her, but Johnson reached in. Johnson tried to take it away, but she gets her 4th foul. And some boos from the PK Young crowd, but that is the 7th team foul on PK Young, so 1-1 for Danielle Minot.
Now, the other thing that I had, Marty, was high academics. We had one of the.
There you go.
I know we had over a 3.5.
That's always important.
Team GPA.
Much more important.
We were very, very pleased with the effort academically and our athletics at Lake Nona.
Free throw short, and another miss from Minot is 0 for 3 at the line, rebounded by Nia Johnson. Johnson across half court, 1:55 to go, and she's fouled on the sideline. And Johnson's going to shoot 2.
And that foul will be on Danielle Minot.
She's out. She fouls out with 9 points, and Parkway now is over the 10 foul limit, and Minot with 9 points fouls out with 1:54 to go. They've already lost. Taylor Ashley Shaw fouled out early in this 4th period, so 2 Parkway Academy players have fouled out. 2 more free throws for Nia Johnson, who today is 8 of 11 at the line. She hits the first. 23, Nia now over her average. Now she's got her number, 23.
Yeah, I was just going to say, she just matched her number.
52-41. Her father, Bodrick Johnson, one of the assistant coaches on this team, and him and Willie Powers really, Nia credits both of them for really helping her game as she hits the second with 1:54 to go. It's a 12-point lead for PK Young, 53-41, and a timeout called by Parkway.
I take a look.
Actually,
you take a look at the coaching staff that PK Young has on their information form. They've got more assistant coaches. They do guys on the bench.
Yeah, pardon me. That timeout was PK Young. They have 1 remaining, but you're right. They have listed 3, 4, 5, 6 coaches, and I have met a few of them. They do. I know they have at least 3 or 4 on the bench, but yeah, a lot of coaches. So you know what? It's good. How many assistants do you have for your team?
2.
Yeah, isn't that about normal, right? I don't know. I mean, I think most college teams have 3, so usually that's the way it works. College basketball tries.
Yeah, they've probably got a 4th, but they're out probably on the road.
They're scouting, or they're
recruiting.
the director of operations. I know they call a lot of those coaches.
But
sounds like a CEO to me always. But
yeah, it'd be nice. I mean, Tom Izzo up at Michigan State has an editing a coach in charge of editing his films and stuff.
Well,
it's fantastic. You walk in and say, "What do you want to see?" Oh, he's got it right there on the film.
Like having a video. I know a lot of teams have video coordinators, but according to the scoreboard, PK Young with 1 timeout remaining. Parkway has 4, so that's what it says here at the Lakeland Center with 1:50 to go. Renisha Cade will drive in, and her floater good from about 8 feet. First basket for the senior Cade off the bench, and it's 53-43, a 10-point lead. Johnson had it knocked away in the backcourt, now across to Mallory. And now to Johnson, as Parkway probably needs to foul here. And Mallory going to spread it out, almost 4 corners. Now Allen to the middle of the court, back to Johnson. And Johnson will dribble over near her coach and back near half court. Johnson now dribbling to the left wing, just dribbling around. And someone probably, they don't really want to foul her, but they need to foul somebody. And now to Allen, they can foul her. But no, instead, McGraw, her shot blocked, but a foul on Ebony Griffin. And a good job of PK Yonge running time off the clock. They got it inside, and McGraw's going to shoot two as Griffin now has her fourth foul.
PK Yonge came out in a 2-1-2 spread. And again, Nia having the ability to set the tempo and pick and choose.
And free throw short by McGraw, who is now 2 for 5 at the line today. She has 4 points. 53-43, and this free throw is good. So McGraw again hits 1 of 2. She has 5, and it's an 11-point lead. 54-43, approaching a minute to go. Kate across half court. Pass into Griffin is tipped away. It ends up in the hands of Devesti Pierre. Now to Myers. Myers dishes it to Griffin. Griffin misses the layup, and it's out of bounds. Will stay with Parkway as we have 56 seconds to go, and it's looking like more and more the Lady Wave of PK Yonge are going to pick up their second state title in the last 3 years. Nia Johnson would win her second state championship at PK Yonge. There's a three by Myers. It's short. And the rebound is to Nia Johnson. Now she'll hold on to it. And we have ahead to Allen, and Allen will lay it in. How many times have we seen that today? 4, in fact. 8 points for Allen. And now, looks like PK Yonge will be the 3A state champions. Hall will try a long two. It's short. And the rebound to McGraw. And now the Lady Wave can start celebrating. Cross half court, McGraw to Allen. Allen gets it to Dollison. Dollison lays it in. 8 for Dollison. PK Yonge lost 1 game all season. That was to their city rival Gainesville High School in January, as that's an air ball. Gainesville was a 6A regional finalist. Nia Johnson scored 44 points in that loss. That was her career high. She broke it on January 31st against Buchholz when she scored 49, as PK Yonge rallied from a 16-point fourth quarter deficit to beat Buchholz, another city rival. Buchholz tomorrow will play in the 7A semis, and Nia Johnson going to leave. She'll get a hug from Willie Powers and a big hand from the crowd here at the Lakeland Center, the PK Yonge players, and the Baylor coaching staff right behind us as she heads out of the game with 13 seconds to go with 24 points. So the Lady Wave will be state champs once again.
Well, they pulled ahead a little bit in that third quarter and got Parkway a little bit out of rhythm offensively, and Parkway just never quite totally recovered.
Yeah, 40-36 going into the period, so 18-7 fourth period for PK Yonge. Willie Powers celebrates, and so do the Lady Wave. They are the 3A state champions for 2012 in girls basketball. Willie Powers has his second state championship as a coach. He actually left PK Yonge for 1 year about 3 years ago. Ashley Moore came in and then came back to coach this team to his first state championship, and he's got his second. And the Lady Wave are state champs for the second time in 3 years. They finished the season with a record of 30-1, and what a season. But then Parkway 24-7, played him tough for most of the game, but foul trouble really got him in the end.
Well, I'll tell you what, you got to understand there's a couple things that Parkway didn't have. They didn't really have a lot of outside jump shots. Everything that they did was attack the basket off the dribble. And when you don't have someone who can loosen up the D a little bit from the outside, it hurts. But crucial turnovers at the wrong time ended up costing Parkway in this ballgame. Yeah,
again, this was a tie game at the half. It was a 4-point game going into the fourth quarter with PK Yonge rolls in the end. Our final in this 3A state championship game, the Gainesville PK Yonge Blue Wave 58, the Miramar Parkway Academy Panthers 43. Well, Coach, good working with you. We'll talk later today, and you'll be here with a 4A final in a little bit with Kelly Neff.
Looking forward to it. We'll see you back here after a while.
All right, that's Coach Rick Victor, Lake Nona High School. I'm Marty Paulman saying so long for the Lakeland Center. Our final 58-43 PK Yonge 3A state champs. Nia Johnson, the McDonald's All-American, 24 points. And be sure to stay tuned. The award ceremony coming up for the 3A state championship PK Yonge winner again, 58-43. So long for now from Lakeland.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect.
prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're for award presentation. He will present to the seniors Presenting the championship trophy is Russ Wall, Board of Directors member. Will the team captains come forward with their captain and accept the championship trophy? For 2012 Earl Basketball Champion,
That's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the FHSAA network, go to FHSAAsports.com/SBP.